Back before there was a creation, there were no other selves. There was only the one self, the Creator, as totally undistorted, infinite intelligence. There could be no concept of service to another self since there was only self. Since all created other selves are actually the one self in the illusionary condition of division into parts, self and other self are actually the same. The important product of this observation is that fourth density harvest ability can be achieved by polarization, either towards service to self or towards service to other self. The two ends of the polarity are exactly equal in providing the necessary strength of vibration, energy, to move into the green density of the spectrum. They are equal, but not compatible, and for this reason we have two basic types of societies in the fourth density. Some are polarized for service to others, what we might call angelic. The others are polarized for service to self, what we might call demonic. This is how the universe progresses after third density is completed. Individuals who have reached sufficient energy levels through the process of polarization in third density can move into fourth density and form what Ra calls social memory complexes. Don't worry for other selves at the end of the third density cycle who have not polarized and are still below the necessary level of energy. It simply means they will repeat the third density cycle. This entity will continue in the third density classroom until they polarize and balancing of the lower energy centers is achieved to access the higher centers of energy of their electrical bodies sufficiently to become harvestable. Presently on Earth, there are two basic types of people: those sufficiently polarized for harvestability into fourth density, and those who are below the required level of polarization. Of those sufficiently polarized for harvest, there are two types: service to others polarized, which we will call positive, and service to self polarized, which we will call negative. These groups will form fourth density positive and negative social memory complexes. The remaining individuals will repeat their density until sufficient polarity is achieved to cause their energy level to reach fourth density frequency. Mental polarization in the positive or negative sense is not strictly a requirement for fourth density harvestability. In fact, before the veiling process, the harvest didn't exist, and fourth density was achieved regardless. The discovery by the Creator of veiling of itself in the third density gave new experience to the Creator. The illusion of separation. Also, the opportunity of experience of the negative path, service to self, gives the gift of learning love of oneself using the light only for self. The polarity that was a product of the veiling process accelerated the development of the acquired energy level so much that it is almost impossible to achieve fourth density harvest ability without use of the polarization process. Evolution through third density can now be very rapid compared to the conditions before the veiling of the mind. The good-evil polarity that we tend to think of as bad is actually the great accelerator of our evolutionary process. Remember, all is one. And yet, our reality is a paradox. I must admit that it is difficult to appreciate this quality that we term evil. But we must remember that every expression is just one more facet of the one infinite Creator. Just imagine.